Hey everybody, I'm Kelly Ellers,
I'm Jeffrey London.
and this is Volume Up by the Tees.
So, Kelly, something came across my desk, and I
Okay.
thought that we should maybe talk about this really quick. We've covered salon slash insert thing concepts before, where,
Okay.
like the blind barber is also a speakeasy bar plus the
Mhm.
barber shop. Um, Looks like there is a new salon that is coming to a suburb of Jersey, well, just New
Okay.
Jersey somewhere, that is a full-blown coffee bar in
Ooh.
addition to being a salon. Which brings me to, do these things belong together? I want your hot take.
Well, I think sitting in the chair with a nice, beautiful, freshly brewed, like oat milk latte,
Mhm.
yes, goes
Heavenly.
together.
Sure.
It's interesting to me. The food with the sanitary things,
Uh-huh.
but I
Uh-huh.
don't think I'm opposed to it. Are you?
So, I mean, it sounds right. Like as
Yeah.
you're describing it, like I'm sitting there, I'm getting my hair like, and yeah, there's like I'm in my case, obviously an iced coffee. Um, that sounds right. But I feel like,
Right.
would I come to this place for just the
Yeah.
coffee while I'm seeing people? Like, is that my neighborhood coffee jaunt? I don't know. It's
I
just
know.
it's nice to have, but I don't know. I Something
Yeah.
feels off. Not only is this place, and I'm not going to name names because, we are
Mm-mm.
all about entrepreneurialism, whatever's going
Yeah.
to work for them, all the power to them. In addition to having a coffee bar, full blown coffee situation, they are also bringing in live music, um, which
Okay.
again, I guess like creates an event, a reason to come into the salon, perhaps. But what's your take
Yeah,
there?
all in all, interesting take. I'm going to be interested to see how it works. I wonder if there is like a separation of church and state, coffee and
Hmm.
hair, right?
Hmm.
If there is a divided area, because I personally love the smell of coffee and I love all the smells from the salon. So I'm getting a double dose of endorphins
But if they
in that
mix,
regard.
think about that.
I
Like,
don't
so,
know.
so
I don't
not a
know.
barrier. It looks like an open concept. So we're getting coffee.
Okay.
We're getting,
TBD, right?
yeah,
TBD on
yeah.
that
I
one.
don't know. I can't.
Hit us
Something
up.
about it.
Let us know.
Yeah.
Let us
Would you do
know.
this? Do you have a full
Yes.
blown coffee bar in your salon? Is this the thing that we're just missing out
No,
on?
that's
Let us
insane.
know.
Let us know. On our last episode, we talked with Lisa Goshan. Lisa is the president of Leadership Group International LLC, aka LGI Branding. LGI is a women minority owned global brand strategist corporation specializing in the import and export of consumer product goods for safety and new product development for beauty accessories. That's a mouthful. Kudos to her. Along with Racks for Wigs, the first over the door wig rack designed to store wigs, Lisa has founded Goodbye Glue. Goodbye Glue are the first medical grade adhesive strips designed to attach false eyelashes. Made with 3M hypoallergenic material, Goodbye Glue strips are chemical free, last 24 hours, and are water resistant and super easy to apply, of which she did live on the pod. I feel like I should give these a whirl. Make sure you subscribe, rate, and review, and follow us on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and TikTok at Read the Teas and send in questions to volumeup@theteas.com.
Do it. This week, we're talking with Lindsay Rumpel. Lindsay has extensive work experience in the beauty industry and is currently the vice president for Hotheads Hair Extensions at Beauty Industry Group. She's been with the brand since 2021 and previously held positions at Joico and at Henkel as the director of business development and senior director of business development, respectively, from 2006 to 2021. Today, we talk about all things Hotheads Hair Extensions, including some exciting news that you'll be hearing here on the pod for the first time ever. This is an exclusive. It's a big deal. So buckle up and get ready for that one. Look, we've got an exciting interview, but a sedate topic for our next rant.
Ooh,
This
okay.
is, we're going to bring the mood down because it's all about the lazy girl trend. Are you familiar with this lazy girl situation that's happening
Yes,
right now? All right.
indeed.
So, first up, Sophia Richie is throwing her hair back into a bun and is detailing extensively everything that goes into what is being dubbed the lazy girl bun. And then Chris Appleton, always one to hop onto a trend, is talking about a lazy girl blow dry. These things to me seem oxymoronic. Like, how do we, like, there's nothing lazy about a blowout. nor is there really like something lazy about throwing your hair back in the way that she does it. I mean, like, I
In the
guess
way
sure,
she
like
does it.
we've got an like step by step with lots of things happening, product, shellac. The question I've got, like, how do you feel about this branding, this lazy girl thing?
You know, I mean, it's fine to have a lazy hair day, but I will tell you, I was a sucker. I watched the entire tutorial from
From
Sophia Rashid
Sophia?
because I
Oh
thought,
yeah.
yeah, I mean, she looks incredible with her
Impeccable.
slick bun.
Yeah.
And it's not just a pullback. She
No, 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 no,
sections
no.
it,
Yep.
it's back, there's
Yep.
cream, there's
Yep.
multiple parts involved. And so I was thinking, this isn't lazy. This
There's
looks
nothing
harder
lazy
than
about it.
popping these
It's an
this strand.
active girl bun. What are we
It's an
talking
active
about?
girl. I mean, it's harder than popping this hair in hot rollers, which is my favorite thing to do. She's twisting, she's clipping, and so anyway, I don't believe it's lazy girl, but it did get my attention. And I do want to look into the lazy girl blow dry. I mean, I feel like I should know what that is too. Because is that air drying?
I mean, that would be the lazy girl approach, would it not? I just like, what are we doing? There's so much talk. I mean, and we've
Yes.
said it on this podcast, like the foodification of trend. Like,
Yeah.
what are I
The
just
lazyification
yeah.
of hair. Do we
It's
need
not a
to?
bad thing to be skilled. Like let's embrace that. It's not
Let's do
lazy.
that.
The opposite of lazy.
I think it should have been the complicated girl bun.
I mean, it's not as sexy maybe in terms of a headline, but
Yeah.
truer to life. Like, I want to know exactly what she's done it for us. Thank you, Sophia. I'm excited to know. But it's not lazy.
You know why I watched it till the end? Because I was waiting for her to get out her got to be spray to just get the tiny ends just really slicked back, but she didn't. She stuck with the Orbe.
Heard it here. Kelly's watched it, so you don't have to. All right. Well, let's talk about things that are maybe less controversial or equally so, depending on your mood. I don't know. Things that are trending over on our side has been hard at work this week, uncovering industry news, looking into trends, and diving into brands that you don't know but should. And here are some of our favorite headlines. First up, this is a monster headline. It's like having a Lamborghini and just driving up and down the driveway. Hairstylist Richard Manna on how to maximize Babyliss Pro's nano titanium spring curling iron. Throughout his career as a hairdresser, working in his native Australia, London, New York, and now Miami, Richard Manna has always used Babyliss Pro products. The tools are so reliable, and I find they're constantly creating new tools for us as hairdressers, says Manna. Since then, his love for Babyliss Pro and their tools has blossomed into a proper partnership. For the past 6 months, Manna has been working alongside Babyliss Pro, calling it the perfect marriage. The T's had the opportunity to talk with the world-renowned Manna to get the inside scoop on all things Babyliss Pro and why their nano titanium 1.5-inch spring curling iron, engineered with advanced technology, is creating waves of the future. Head to thetees.com to learn more about this tool and Manna's styling tips and tricks. Kelly, are you in need of a curling iron? You did mention curlers, but maybe we want to upgrade to a hot tool.
I would love a nano titanium spring curling iron, especially if it's as easy or like having a Lamborghini and driving it up and down the driveway, because I feel like that would be difficult. But I mean, Richard is here to set us straight.
And that he does. Check out that article and let us know if you guys are already rocking with Babyliss Pro tools. All right. Next up, as you all know, our team went to New York Fashion Week in a big way and talked to almost all of the leads from the most important shows, and we've got lots to cover. So this article is about the Libertine show, which was coming back to New York after a bit of a pause. So the article is called Lead Hairstylist Matthew Curtis Spills on the Polished Hair He Styled for Libertine's Spring-Summer 24 Runway Show. After a 2-year hiatus sparked by the pandemic, Los Angeles-based label Libertine made a much-anticipated return to New York Fashion Week to unveil its Spring 2024 collection. With his latest range of designs, co-founder and creative director Johnson Hardig sought inspiration from an assortment of vintage books from Morocco, which dated back to the 30s and 40s. This resulted in a bold collection full of vibrant florals, eye-catching prints, and patchwork textiles. Serving as lead hairstylist, Matthew Curtis was tasked with creating the perfect hair look that would pair well with Hardig's designs. Using Olivia Garden tools and Oribe products, Curtis opted to give all of the models a more polished look, featuring big, sweeping fringe. Pre-show, the Tease was able to chat with Curtis about his inspiration for the show's hair, how it complemented Libertine's latest collection, and his favorite thing about styling for Fashion Week. Isn't it refreshing? We talked about this, we joked about this in private. to see something beyond the Fashion Week bun, the chignon.
Yes.
What did you think about the hair for the show?
I think it was amazing. I love the deep part, the side swept. And
So
I
good.
was so refreshed not to see the Fashion Week bun, if you will, because I want to see the pros rocking something different. And so kudos to Matthew Curtis, and Libertine is always chef's kiss, right? Always pushing the envelope.
Love this. All right, last but certainly not least, this is a really interesting one. So make sure you go to the tease to read this. The article is lead hairstylist Jaeling Seng and Cutler Salon served up the dreamiest hair looks for Terra Babylon Spring Summer 24 presentation. Gender fluid label Terra Babylon transported guests into a candy-colored floral fantasy for its Spring 2024 show titled Babylonia. Inspired by floral prints and leftover fabrics, the collection offered an airy take on warm weather staples like figure-hugging mini dresses, crop tops, and two-piece sets, all dreamed up with the sweetest pastel color palette. While the brand's whimsical clothing no doubt shined throughout the presentation, so too did the dreamy hair and makeup that was spotted on the models. We're not exaggerating when we say that the hair looked as if it were straight out of a fairy tale. Many of the models donned gorgeous garden-fresh florals in shades of baby pink, peach, crimson, and yellow that were pinned and layered into beautiful Edwardian-inspired updos. These floral sculptures were crafted by lead hairstylist Jaeling Seng and his talented team from Cutler Salon, which included salon founder and Redken brand ambassador Rodney Cutler, all using Redken hair products. Pre-show, the tease was lucky enough to chat with Seng and Cutler. Head to thetease.com to learn all about these looks. We know the flower crowns are out, but how do we feel about
this? Was much more.
I mean, we've got like a skillfully, artfully placed flower here and there and there in an updo. Would we see you, Kelly Ellers, rocking something like this for spring?
Possibly, especially if I was walking some sort of runway. I don't know about just hanging out
not in the office,
but
yeah. Maybe for the podcast.
As far as down to the meticulous detail, down to the nails, to the cuffs, to the gems on the eyes. I mean, this had to be, like an explosion of color and texture. It was beautiful and stunning. And so kudos to Jaeling Seng.
Yeah, we love to see some maximalism.
Well done.
Like, this is another one. Yeah.
Not the pony. No
Yep.
pony.
Nope.
No bun.
Nope.
We love it. Love to see it. Our artistry at work. Congrats.
As always, so much going on over at thetease.com. Thank you to our hardworking editors. We are proud to publish stories the salon pros and consumers care about.
Be sure you hit subscribe, rate, and review, and follow us on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and TikTok at Read the Tease, and send in questions to volumeup@thetease.com.
Volume Up is a Tease Media production. This episode was produced by Monica Hickey and Madeline Hickey. Brian Daly is our editor and audio engineer. Thank you to Josh Landowski and Nathan Folks for the custom Volume Up theme song. And thank you to our creative team for putting together the graphics for this episode.